All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Sunday evening, the start of a new week. Let it be well, right? But with all the flight cancellations and everything, nothing's not really looking good right now at the moment, right? But I mean, TSA workers are still on the clock without getting paid. These people have mortgages, car notes, and everything else that they can't even pay for. But let's go ahead and tune in and take a deeper dive of what's going on.
TSA agents and air traffic controllers continue to go without pay. Joining us now is Chris Brown, Executive Vice President of the American Federation of Government Employees, Local 1040, which represents 1,600 TSA employees in North Texas. Thank you.
And those that didn't catch on to that, union rep, the union, they're talking about the union that represents those employees.
So much for joining us, Chris. We do appreciate it. So what are you hearing now from the employees, both those who have called out sick while they're not getting paid and those who are continuing to work without receiving their paychecks?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm hearing daily, and this morning I had messages actually from some of my bargaining unit employees telling me that they're getting close to being evicted. They're getting close to having their cars repossessed. They can't put food on the table for their families or put gas in their cars just to come to work. It's really a bad situation. I've been through multiple shutdowns, including the last one that this one has now broken the record. And it's just like we just want to get paid so we can come do our job. We took an oath to protect the flying public and to help cargo and everything get through the system that it's supposed to get through so everybody can get their things and get to where they want to go safely and on time. And without any money, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, and you make such a great point, the fact that this is historic now, 40 days. Once you get past 1 month, it's like rent, mortgage payments, car payments, these things come due, and it's such a huge problem. And I know you have a family with 4 children. How has this all impacted you?
Well, you know, we try to save money and put stuff back for certain things, emergencies, whatever. But if you get to a certain point where you know, my 2 smaller kids, they are involved in football, theater, dance.
Yeah, he's already cooked. You cooked, fam. Like, if you have children and you're dealing with this, you're cooked. I mean, he was cooked before the shutdowns, but it's like a house of 4 kids. You know you're going to need more than one household income. But you'll be surprised. Most people that have households with like a bunch of kids, a lot of times they're on government assistance, even if they do have a job. So with that government assistance, that allows them not to work 2 or 3 jobs consistently. Because if you have to work 2 or 3 jobs all the time and you're never around your family, what's the point? Like, you have this family that you're supporting, but you'll never see, which sucks. So, you know, luckily we have YouTube, social media, OnlyFans. I hate to say it, but that's why. It's like, that's why sex work will never die, because when it comes to dark times like this, women are going to have to do it more. When it comes to women aren't going to suffer that much because they'll just go, they're quick to sign up for escort sites and shit. So
things that require extra money whenever, you know, they need uniforms or they need equipment or they need dance shoes. And my 2 older kids, one of which is about to go into nursing school.
Woo! Yeah. So if you have older children and they're heavily involved in like sports, and then the older ones are heading off to college and everything, you're stuck with bills. And you're broke after you pay for all this.
And you have to use that emergency money or the money that you put back to help them out to cover, you know, the cost of just to eat. That's a huge impact on people. And then we've got a lot of single parents, a lot of, especially, you know, single moms, even single dads that work with us that they don't have any way to pay for daycare. And if they can't pay for daycare and they don't have any extra resources, then there's no way for them to come to work. They can't leave their kids at home alone.
No. And see, that's another thing. Most people can't afford daycare, let alone a full amount of rent. Like, people are not paying for rent and childcare, because people always get in the comment sections and claim that they could 100%, they can take care of just themselves without relying on some kind of government assistance, credit cards, dipping into your 401k. It's just almost unreal. I mean, there are people that can do it, but a lot of times they're not doing it with just one income. And of course, people are still trying to do the 50-50 thing, which a lot of people are not doing. A small percentage of people are doing the 50-50 thing because as a single parent, you sign up for government assistance, right? So that allows you to not have to rely on a partner to help you out and go half on the bills. Because once you get government assistance and everything, that allows you to have more time for yourself and not have to work as hard. So that's why you hear about all these people with all these kids and everything. It's because they're not paying full rent wherever they live at, because they're probably on Section 8. They're on food stamps. And see, that's all getting cut too. So it's like, what are people doing during this holiday season? They're trying to cut SNAP benefits. You have government workers working for free. And see, that's another thing. People, other sectors of working for the government, like DMV agencies, Department of Motor Vehicles, a lot of those people are on government assistance too, especially the women. And especially the ghetto ones. But anyway.
Yeah, and TSA agents play such a vital role in keeping the skies safe. How much are these staffing shortages and the stresses of not getting paid impacting the work that they do and potentially impacting our safety?
Well, hopefully it's not. I mean, I like to believe that everyone that works with us is dedicated to their job, and I believe that that's the actual case. Because, like I said, we took an oath and we know what we are dealing with. But at the same time, it's got to be stressful to you to try to do your job and focus 100% when you realize that you might not be able to come back the next day, or you might not be able to pay for your child's lunch at school.
What's your message to lawmakers who are still locked in this gridlock in Washington?
I would just like to say there's got to be a way, an off-ramp.
I just want to say it's bullshit, because why do they do all this shutdown shit right around holidays? Thanksgiving is the biggest holiday of the year. That's right. Thanksgiving is a bigger holiday than Christmas is, because Thanksgiving, everybody gets together. Versus Christmas, it's more for kids and, making their wishes come true and all that, giving them nice gifts and all that. But so Thanksgiving, the food and everything, preparations, all that. So it's like, this is putting a damper on plans, because everybody's traveling for Thanksgiving. But it sounds like more and more people are just going to travel by Amtrak and by car, because we're going to lose faith in aviation because of all the shortage of the workers and everything. Everybody's having to sick out. Nobody wants to work for free. And it's just a bunch of bullshit, right? It's like, you shouldn't have to go to work every day and worry about how you're going to pay for this and that. And the biggest thing is paying the mortgage and the car notes. The car notes, it's important to have reliable transportation. People are telling people to go out and buy buckets. I'm like, where the hell do you go and buy a proper bucket? Because once you drive it off the lot and it falls apart, it's on you. So you done wasted money. You have to put money into getting the bucket running properly. It's like buying these used cars with 60, 70,000 miles on them. They're not worth the money you have to put into to get them running correctly. And it doesn't matter if it's a Toyota or a Honda or something that's supposed to, quote unquote, run for half of your life. Because at some point, everything has an expiration date on it. So there's no thing of buying the perfect car that's not going to break down. We think because we go out and buy a car that says Toyota on it, we're not going to have any problems. But if you buy it at 60, 70,000 miles, it's just not worth it.
I mean, I've seen it discussed, but I've seen both sides dig their heels in and say, we're not going to give up this side, we're not going to give up that side. But it's at the risk of the rest of our lives, basically. Like, we're being used as political pawns. And I've heard that phrase used a ton by both sides, but it's actually true. Like, we're the ones that are suffering. They're not suffering. We're the ones that are suffering.
And Chris Brown, thank you for your time.
You know what this reminds me of? Just imagine being a nurse or a doctor, and the hospital's telling you that they're not going to pay you, and you're saving lives. What kind of shit is that? It's like, imagine saving lives and the bill collectors are telling you, like, look, if you don't pay your bills, you're going to have to move out the house. You're going to have to give up the car, and you're still saving lives and you're living out on the street. What kind of America is that? Like, what's going on right now as the quote unquote strongest country in the world, nothing's showing to show that. Like, this is just like a big ass loophole. It's like, it's just a complete shit show. Strongest country in the world, most power, most money, yada yada. But the average person can't afford to get by. One job should be able to pay all the bills, especially if you're a bachelor like me. It's just crazy, right? Crazy times. But things will probably get worse before they get better. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to get through the darkness first. This is Kyle Vale. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.